Most people open their kitchen cabinet, see a few old spice jars, and think, yeah, these are probably useless by now, so they toss them out without a second thought. But what if some of those spices you're throwing away are actually the ones your body might need the most? And even more surprising, some of them can still be incredibly useful long after you think they're expired. Spices are one of the easiest ways to make food taste better, but they can also support your health in simple, natural ways. The problem is, a lot of people misunderstand how spices work, how long they last, and what they can actually do for the body. Many spices don't really go bad the way fresh food does. They might lose some flavor over time, but that doesn't mean they should go straight into the trash. In today's video, we're talking about several common spices people often throw away too quickly. You'll learn why they're worth keeping, how they can help your health, and a few smart ways to use them even if they're a little old. By the end, you might look at your spice rack very differently. Let's start with one that almost everyone has sitting somewhere in the kitchen: cinnamon. A lot of people replace it the moment the smell isn't super strong anymore, but cinnamon can still be useful even if the flavor is a bit lighter. It's known for helping support healthy blood sugar levels, and many people like adding it to oatmeal, smoothies, or coffee for that warm taste. Even if older cinnamon isn't as powerful for flavor, it can still work great in baking, protein shakes, or sprinkled over fruit. Some people even mix a little into yogurt or overnight oats. The key is simple. If it still smells okay and isn't clumpy or damp, it's usually fine to keep using. Another spice people throw away way too fast is turmeric. You've probably heard a lot about it in health videos or recipes. That bright yellow color comes from a compound called curcumin, which is often linked to helping with inflammation in the body. But here's what most people don't realize. Turmeric powder can last quite a long time when stored in a cool, dry place. Even if the taste gets a little milder, it can still be useful in soups, rice dishes, or mixed into warm drinks. Some people add a small pinch to scrambled eggs or roasted vegetables. And when you combine turmeric with a little black pepper, it may help the body absorb it better. That simple combo is something many home cooks overlook. Speaking of black pepper, this is another spice people underestimate. Many assume pepper is just there for taste, but it actually does more than that. Black pepper may help improve digestion and can help the body use certain nutrients more efficiently. That's one reason it shows up in so many healthy recipes. Ground pepper can lose some punch over time, but it rarely becomes harmful. If you feel like the flavor isn't strong anymore, you can simply use a little more of it. Another good trick is adding it toward the end of cooking instead of the beginning, which helps keep more of its aroma. Now let's talk about garlic powder. This one gets tossed a lot because people think it's only good when it smells super strong, but garlic powder is actually very stable compared to fresh garlic. While fresh garlic can spoil quickly, the powdered version can last a long time when sealed properly. Garlic is often connected to heart health and immune support, which is one reason it's popular in many home kitchens. Even older garlic powder can still work well in marinades, roasted vegetables, soups, and simple seasoning blends. It's also great when you need quick flavor but don't want to chop fresh garlic. Next up is ginger powder. Fresh ginger gets a lot of attention, but the powdered version is incredibly convenient and often underused. Ginger is commonly associated with helping digestion and calming the stomach, especially after heavy meals. That's why it's often used in teas and simple home remedies. If your ginger powder has been sitting around for a while, it may still be perfectly usable. Try mixing a small pinch into tea, smoothies, oatmeal, or even pancake batter. Many people are surprised how well it works in both sweet and savory dishes. There's also paprika, which people throw away mostly because the color fades over time. But faded paprika doesn't mean useless paprika. It can still add mild flavor and works great in roasted potatoes, grilled chicken, or simple vegetable dishes. A lot of cooks actually keep paprika longer than they realize because it blends well with other spices. Even when it's not super bold anymore, it can still play a supporting role in seasoning mixes. Think of it as background flavor rather than the main star. Here's the big thing most people don't know about spices. The date on the jar is usually about peak flavor, not safety. In many cases, spices don't suddenly become bad or harmful after that date. They simply lose strength slowly over time. that means you might be throwing away spices that are still perfectly usable for cooking, meal prep, and everyday flavor. And when you keep them longer, you're not just saving money, you're also making it easier to add healthy ingredients into your meals without extra effort. Instead of throwing spices right away, a better trick is to check 3 simple things: smell, texture, and color. If the spice still smells okay, isn't damp or moldy, and looks normal, it's often fine to keep using. Many experienced home cooks rely on this method rather than just looking at the date. So, the next time you open your spice cabinet, pause before throwing those jars away. Cinnamon, turmeric, black pepper, garlic powder, ginger, and paprika might still have a lot to offer your meals and your health. Small ingredients like this can make a big difference in flavor and sometimes even support your wellness goals in simple ways. Keeping spices longer, storing them properly, and using them more often can help you cook better meals without spending more money. And honestly, a well-used spice rack is one of the easiest ways to make healthy food taste amazing. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more simple health and kitchen tips like this. And I'm curious, what's one spice in your kitchen you almost threw away but ended up using again? Let me know in the comments.